everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and I'm back working in my 2023 October daily. So for prompt number 20, I'm going to start with this pattern paper. It is the back of prompt number 19, and I want to use it, and it's a really nice color that I felt like I can use it for prompt number 20. Anyways, prompt number 20 is ghosted, and I decided to screenshot some text messages between my kids and I where they ghosted me, because believe me, it happens a lot. Anyways, I wanted to create a little pocket for the screenshots, and I didn't have a glassine bag that was small enough. So I'm just going to create my own. It's really simple. I basically trim it down. I fold it on the sides. I put the screenshots in there first, and then I folded it. And now I have a nice little glassine bag for my screenshots. I'm thinking to add the glassine bag on the bottom, or that pocket on the bottom, and use the top portion for a large title. I have fallen in love with this alpha from Studio Calico. It's been in my stash for a bit, but I've really been enjoying it lately, especially in my October daily. So I'm going to use it to stamp Ghosted. Yes, the alphas are huge and I can't stamp Ghosted across. So I'm going to stamp it where I leave some space to add a sticker. And I was thinking in my head, I want to find a cute ghost, add it to the layout in between the letters, and make it a little bit cutesy, because there's not a lot of space on this spread to add much. And I also used large alphas. So using a little ghost sticker will help kind of make this layout pop. And so obviously I went to my American Crafts Hey Pumpkin collection, found the cutest ghost, added it, and then completed my title. So my little pocket looked very bare, so I decided to go through my Studio Calico Halloween kit, and I grabbed the die cuts. I felt like I haven't used them much this time around, so I'm just going to use some of those die cuts to add some cuteness to my pocket, and I'm going to grab my foam tape to add some dimension. I did want to recommend that if you have dot foam tape, you don't just have to use the dots. You can definitely use the rest of the foam tape and not waste any of it, because that stuff can get really expensive. Anyways, once I'm done decorating my little pocket and adding it, I'm going to grab one of my stamps and stamp Scary just to fill in that space on the ticket. And I will also grab a different number stamp this time around to stamp 20. Again, I don't have space for my large Studio Calico number stamp, so I'm going smaller. Actually end up going smaller, I think, on all of my spreads today, which is a-okay. I think the large numbers were hard to use throughout my album, just because I'm working in a traveler's notebook size, so I'm fine with that. Let's move on to prompt number 21, which is mugshots. And on the 21st, I got to spend the day with my daughter, my son, my friend, and we went to the Georgia Tech family weekend, which was a lot of fun. And I had 3 photos that I was able to fill in my 3 2x2 boxes on my template. And for the in-between, I'm going to use this adorable black pumpkin. I got a lot of acrylics and wood veneers from this Etsy shop called Pugmeadow Crafts, and they have the cutest little acrylics and wood veneers. So if you're looking to add to your stash, I definitely recommend it. And as you guys know, I love supporting small businesses. So I will add that shop down in the description box for you. But I did back it up with some pattern paper. I just felt like it needed a little bit of color. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to start stamping, and I go back to the alpha stamp. Again, I've been really enjoying this alpha from Studio Calico, and I'm basically going to stamp mug shots. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to start with black ink, but I will change it up with some yellow ink as well, just so the title can pop a little bit. You're going to see at some point when I'm done stamping, I don't have any space whatsoever for my number stamp. And so I have to make space for it. And you're going to see I'm going to struggle a tiny bit, but we make it work. Now that I'm done, I don't have space for my number, even though I go small with my number and I just decide that I'm just going to stamp it at the end of my title. It looks fine and it doesn't. So I decide to go through my label stickers and find a black circle label. Maybe that helps a little bit. And it does work. I do end up adding the other half of my label once I trim it off to the top of my title, and I regretted it right away. I just felt like it was off. It didn't fit properly. There was something about it I didn't like. So I just go ahead, stamp 21 in that half circle, and then I remove that top half circle from my title and basically just call it done. I want to get through this traveler's notebook and be done with it because believe me, October daily burnout is for real. Anyways, let's move on to prompt number 22, which is witch. And every year I do a layout where I have a photo of myself and I call it Witching Sense. And obviously I had to do it for 2023 as well. So I created this photo of myself wearing a witch's hat on Canva, and I'm gonna use the top portion of my 4x8 photo to stamp Witching Sense. Again, there's not a lot of space in my traveler's notebook, so I have to use every little space I can. And so I'm gonna use my photo to stamp the title with this really pretty alpha from Elle Studio. While I had my stamp out, I thought it would be fun to stamp little lines around my shoulders and my body. And I went with this, I can't remember what it was, honestly, from the stamp set. It was just like a little line from the stamp set, if I'm not mistaken. And I used it, but I didn't really like how it looked. I wish I just used my pen and drew it myself. But it's okay, it looks fine. Kind of fix it by using my pen, but I'm just gonna move on from it. I want to use the opposite side to create my little mind map. Again, I've done this multiple times in my October daily in the past few years, and I usually just add a large stamp or die cut of a witch. And then I create this whole mind map of witches throughout the years. So basically that I've been a witch since, whatever, 2000 or something. So I'm going to use this large die cut of a witch. She's so adorable. I do add her in the corner. And now I'm going to use my stamps and my stickers to add little witches throughout the years. I start with the witch's legs, which are so fun. This is an old Kelly Perky stamp. I get asked about this stamp all the time, but it's no longer available. And I end up stamping it at the top. And then I'm going to stamp other little witches in between. And I'm going to grab my number stamp to stamp the dates or the years, basically. It's so much fun to put together, especially that I get to play with my stamps and my stickers. It's just a fun little spread to create. I always say have fun. Don't overthink it. There's no journaling here. There's no purpose for the layout. I'm just having a good time creating in my October daily. Decided to stop stamping my witches at some point and add the years because I didn't want to regret not having space later once I stamp all my witches, if that makes sense. So in between stamping witches, you'll see me grab my number stamp and stamp the dates or the years. And that way I know where to add the next witch, if that makes sense. So I'm just going back and forth between stamping witches, adding stickers, and adding the years. So October is almost done, and I'm not done with my spreads. I still do have a few more days left. I decided I'm going to probably finish my October daily with my members, and I promise to share a flip through of my finished October daily here on my channel very soon. But at this point, I'm just going to finish up stamping my witches and the years, and then I'm going to grab my markers and color them in as well, just because I wanted to add color to my spread, and it really does help the characters kind of pop a little bit. So once I'm done stamping everything out, I'm going to grab my markers and start coloring them in. I'm almost done coloring in my characters. I do want to back up my layout with one of my templates. I didn't want to punch the holes through my layout and thought it would be easier if I just backed it up with one of my templates, so I went ahead and did that. I will grab one of my Studio Calico stamps. It has these like bursts that I thought would be fun to stamp around my large witch. Once I stamp that out, I'm going to call my layout done. Don't forget, I'll be adding all the links for everything I shared and used down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!